everyone. This week we're doing another live art stream. I've got a canvas here. Update on my life scenario. I am still at Rainbow's place. Don't have the van back yet, and I haven't gone to Big Island to look at the Dodge yet, but that's all in process. So this week we're doing another fun art stream. I'm really excited for this piece because I've been envisioning it for a long time now and knowing that at some moment it will come to fruition, and today's that day. Let's see what we got in the chat. We have myself, I don't know baby, David Cessny, #1 sponsor of the channel, JJ, one of our best moderators, Funky Uncle John, Kevin Mack, Joseph Carrington, John View. Heck yeah, just passing through. Super 23. What's up, everybody? Peace and joy. Lacey Martin, aka Mullet Mona. What's up? Illuminati Bow, Edwin Negrone, Timber Traveler, Chloe Exquisite. Want more art videos? Coming up literally right now. We're gonna make up some fresh art content. Plus, I'm planning to take videos from this stream and clip them together into a more cinematic looking short/reel for over on I Don't Know Baby, because I am planning on posting more art stuff coming up now that everything else has bounced back out, because it was like full-fledged Van on the Moon and only Van on the Moon for a while, and then I took time to get this channel off the ground, but now that those are both in like a steady swing, I'm like, alright, I can start dipping back into my art now. So I have this canvas, courtesy of Rainbows also. So I'm going to use this. I'll show you all the supplies I have first things first. Gloves, and if you're wondering what the gloves are for, it's because I'm going to be smearing this pink plaster, or spackle, I think those are interchangeable words. It goes on pink and dries white, and I was looking up spackle art because in a lot of old buildings, like big cement temples and big like Roman cathedrals and stuff, they actually do a lot of spackle art on the walls, and it's these beautiful like ornate, they're usually like symmetrical and like floral, or it'll be like a spackled carving of like a little cherub baby or something. So I'm not gonna do it in the traditional style that spackle/plaster art would be in. I'm going to use the spackle art style, no, the spackle plaster art method, but with my style. So I'm excited for what comes out of this, because basically what I'm going to be pulling inspiration from is what I would picture the surface of the dark side of the moon to look like. If that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it'll make sense when I'm done. Also, color shifting spray paint. And that's not the only spray paint I'm going to be using. Rainbows gave me this to use. It is an actual airbrushing brush gun thing. I'll set these paints to the side so I can get out the actual thing. I have a drop cloth down so I won't be making like a huge mess on the lanai. I've never used one of these before, so there's many layers of experimentation that's gonna be happening here. I'm going to check in with the chat now that I've listed off all of my supplies. Well, there's one last supply that I didn't list off that I actually made myself, We didn't have airbrush cleaner, and it's a pretty important part of the airbrushing process. So I found a recipe online and made my own. It's 1 part simple green, 1 part alcohol, 1 part water, and then a couple drops of glycerin. Supposedly helps as a 1 paint thinner for the type of paints that this uses, and 2 to clean out the gun between each color. Okay, now I'll check it with the chat. I'm trying to get all my yapping out now because I'm gonna be like in my zone when I start plastering. I'm gonna be gloved up and like smearing it around, so I won't be able to go and like ting ting. Hello everyone. JJ said it's not Saturday without a trip to the moon. Yeah, we're going to the moon, guys. We're gonna go touch the surface of the moon. I specify the dark side of the moon because I am gonna have this be a more dark oriented color scheme, because some of these paints are actually UV reactive. So I want it to kind of portray the surface of the moon as having like a bioluminescent sheen to it that we don't get to see because we are so far away, 1, and 2, a lot of the times we see the moon, it is lit up. I'm so happy to see all the mooners here. Molly-ized, yes, exactly, Kevin Mack. We're going to Molly-eyes the surface of the moon. Chloe Exquisite asked, will you be auctioning off this new art piece? Yes. Last time we did the live art, I wasn't even thinking of auctioning it or selling it at all. I was just like making it to put in Mullet Mona's backyard. So that piece was already spoken for, but this one, I don't have preset plans of where to keep it. So I will be, after this piece is done, putting it up as an auction sale on my website. And if someone buys it, then I'll ship it to you. I'll probably, the shipping will be easier for this one too. The other piece was huge. It was like 4 feet tall. I purposely used a lot smaller of a canvas this time because this would be a lot easier to ship, and then you guys also wouldn't have to pay like $100 in shipping. So yeah, I will be doing an auction on my website. You should do a curved line to make a shadow line, if it makes sense. Half dark side, half light side. Ooh, that sounds cool. Harder than it looks? Are you talking about the plastering or the airbrushing? Either way, if it doesn't turn out too bad, you know, even if it turns out bad, it'll still have a vibe to it. If anything, if it starts getting too difficult, we'll just call it abstract. I'm gonna try my best regardless. Yes, I will be using gloves today, Dortmund. I have a whole pack. The airbrush, yeah. I was watching videos last night of how to do it to try and get a feel. And the ways that it could go wrong, like when it throws speckles of paint and stuff, I'm like, I don't mind it. This is gonna be a super textured piece anyway. The 4 non-blonde singer, yeah, people say all the time that I look like Linda Perry. People didn't used to say that until I got my jatas, and then now it's like at least once a stream. Evie Rollers in the house, what's up? I want to get started. First, I want to get this a little bit taller and get our framing set up. I, again, am on the lanai, which is, for people that don't know, it means like the patio at Rainbow's apartment, and it's hotter than I expected today. It's been kind of cold the past week, and so I was like, oh yeah, it'd be fine. So hopefully this doesn't dry too fast, but I think it'll be fine. This is a good height for working. And I do have the stream pulled up on my phone right there now. So I actually will be able to look at when people send gifts and stuff, so I don't miss all of the little cute things that pop up on the screen. I think I should have the drop cloth down in case I drop plaster. Or maybe I should just do the plaster part horizontally. I could lay the canvas on the floor for that part so that it doesn't fall, you know? That actually might be better. Let's reposition. By the way, this is already primed with gesso. French Molly with the red mushroom beret. Yeah, this is one of my favorite hats. This is the hat that I don't wear often, but I like to wear it whenever I'm doing like an art project, because for some reason berets just give me like artist vibe. Currently drawing up a design I'm going to be tattooing on my knee. Ooh, is it the sleep token shark mouth? Shark jaw? Someone asked what's my education. My highest education I have is a bachelor's in marine biology, which surprises people from time to time, considering that I don't use it much anymore. Oh, we have David T in the house, what's up, and Zesty Zomp. Weird, it's showing different messages. Oh, it's because I didn't put it on all chat. Okay, my phone's on live chat, and this is what I'll mainly be reading from, I think. At least the sun is shifting, so it's not as hot on the patio as it was like 10 minutes ago. Okay, let's get this set up. And I wore a more tight-fitting shirt this time because on my last art stream there was like very close to being a couple of nip slips. Oh, that happened on the channel. Luckily, it didn't happen. People alerted me beforehand. And then I looked at the engagement on that video, and the parts where I almost had a nip slip, the watch rate was through the roof. So I know people were like really trying to find it. I'm like, nothing there to find. Do you speak any foreign language? I don't speak another foreign language. There's like words I know from various foreign languages, like Привет, красавчик, which is basically like hey cutie in Russian, or like I used to know some Japanese. I knew some Spanish / know some Spanish, but I'm not super practiced in that realm. Mars sent $5. I'm officially a patron of the arts. Thank you. The first contribution towards the newest art piece. I'm still debating on if it would be a portrait style piece or a landscape. I did portrait last time, so I'm like, I guess switch it up. But also, with the design I'm picturing, fuck it, landscape it is. Oh yeah, someone else, legit Blazer commented landscape. Thanks for making that decision for us. Make it multi-directional. Ooh, that's true. It could go either way. The center is going to be a face. It's gonna be like the typical style of face that I like to make. With the I always draw faces with that like line that goes from the brow bones to the nose, and it's gonna be just like a peaceful face in the center, and then from it there's going to be like wavy designs coming out. I'm excited for this. Alright, I'm gonna get some gloves on. Someone said I used to babysit this woman when she was 3. I wonder, JMB. I wonder if you're who I think you are. Say something that proves yourself. Aw, Timber Traveler, go diagonal. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. And it's already positioned diagonally. Okay, I'll orient the face diagonally and then have everything spin out from there. Yes, I like that. I like that. Thank you, Timber Traveler. You could talk in tongues, maybe some kind of lunar language. Som sak sound, but is this what you mean? Someone said, I think I'm tripping. Are you? I'm still curious about the person who said they babysat me when I was 3, because there is someone who has the initials JB who babysat me when I was little, but I don't want to say their name and then have some random person be like, yeah, that is me. But if it's not, if you can say your actual name, I'll believe you. Alright, let's crack open this plaster. I do like that this plaster is pink and then turns white as it dries. So I got this one because the pink will probably look cool itself, and 2 because then I'll know what parts are dry or not and what parts are like half dry, so I know to not touch them. And I'll have this chat. I have the chat right here so I can be seeing what you guys are saying. Also, a review on this plaster so far. It's got an odd smell to it that I'm hoping goes away once it's dry. At least it'll get sealed in by spray paint, so I don't think the smell will escape after that. Oh, someone, Matthew, I'm on the Big Island. Dude, I actually will be going to the Big Island soon, hopefully, because that big blue Dodge is there. I've been in talks with that guy, and we've been going back and forth, and there hasn't been a day that's lined up yet. And now I know it's because he was getting the roof like repainted, so I'm waiting for that to be done before I go look at it, because I want to be able to start living in it immediately and not have to take it to the body shop that he already had it scheduled for. Aw, Fred Weber sent a floating heart, thank you. Alright, let's get into this. Where'd you get your mushroom hat? I think I bought it online. I looked up like mushroom beret, and it was from like one of those random little websites, like, you know, like Temu type vibe, like definitely from China. Oh, we've gotten into troll territory. Shout out to all my mods for keeping the channel clean. I'm about to get my hands dirty. Oh yeah. Let me give you guys a close-up of that. I love it already. Also, how's the audio? Does it seem like it's going through my mic or the iPad? I'm hoping the iPad doesn't overheat. The sun will be high enough soon that it won't be on the iPad. I'll definitely be covering the tub between smears, but I'll start with just a base of just like get it primed pretty much. Yeah. It actually feels good on my hand. Like, this is super smooth material. Smoother than I was expecting, actually. It's gonna have a lot of depth to it, I'm hoping. And I'm thinking, I was debating if I would use tools. Some people will use a spatula or a paintbrush or sponges, you know, various things. But for this first spackle piece, so I have a feeling there'll be multiple, I want to see what I can do with just my hands with gloves on. And then from there, in future times that I use this stuff, I'll expand with various tools. Oh yeah, I see the part that's drying beginning to lighten up. So I'll make sure that gets smoothed out first. Victor Kreitner's in the house. Hello. Yes, Books Vision, we're doing a textured canvas. It's gonna be very textured. Like, at some point, I'm thinking it'd be cool to have like a handprint incorporated. Speaking of, one of my favorite art pieces I've ever done, which if you watched last week's Van on the Moon episode, you got to see it hanging above Rainbow's bed, was when I painted my body and stamped it onto the canvas, and it turned out super trippy. I want to make more of those. Those can't be a live stream though, because obviously you can't be naked on YouTube. But I do want to make some more of those because it was so fun to make. Using my whole self as a paintbrush was a fun change of pace. Okay, now that I've done one layer, I do feel better about this. Because I was scared that it would dry like way too fast, but I've gotten to finish the whole front, and the first patch that I did still isn't fully white and dry, so I don't think drying too quickly would be an issue unless it gets even hotter than it is right now. I see people in the chat talking. Yeah, someone was like, she was definitely a kid. Thank you, Zesty Zomp, for clarifying. I'm 26. Yesterday when I was trying to buy the spray paint, the woman who works at Ace, which I'm in Ace all the damn time buying stuff, but I had never seen her before, so I think she's like a relatively new cashier there. And she was all like questioning me about the spray paint. She's like, "Are you old enough to buy this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I bought it before. How old do you have to be?" And she's like, "You have to be 18." And I'm like, "Girl, I am 26. I'm actually turning 27 fairly soon." Kevin Mack is always so sweet. Thank you, Kevin Mack, for always bringing the good vibes. Yeah, smack it on there. This is gonna be the method for the face. Someone said, "What is going on?" Art. We're making a textured canvas. I changed my mind. I don't think I'm gonna go diagonal. Well, actually, yes, I'm gonna go diagonal. Don't mind me. I originally was picturing this to be symmetrical, how a lot of spackle plaster art is, but I changed my mind. Multi-directional it is. The Lunars have spoken. So I'm gonna get like a good thick base going. Oh, you guys can't even really see. Once the sun shifts, you'll be able to see better. And if you can't see better within a couple minutes, I'll just change the direction of the iPad. We're making art. I might have to do the spackle in a sort of like layering technique, because right now it's so squishy that it's just like smushing around. Like I can't really make defined, there's not much definition able to happen here. So I've got a base for the face and the general shape of it here. And then we'll come back and add a layer to it later. I want to play around with some like finger dragging. Ooh. Alright. Now I can see why people use various spatulas and such. Ooh, I will be making some art for the interior of the new bigger van. One reason that I'm wanting to try out this plaster art on a canvas right now is because when I have the bigger van, I want to do plaster art on the wall inside, if this turns out good. Ooh, might be able to use a hair dryer. That's a good idea. Did you end up getting the Dodge on Big Island? I haven't got to go over there yet. I'm waiting for the guy to give me the green light. the guy selling it is so not in a rush. And that takes like a little bit of pressure off of me, I guess. But it also is a little bit of a bummer because I have been without a van for like 2 weeks almost now. Thank God I've got rainbows to stay with here. Because if I wasn't staying with rainbows, I don't think I'd want to stay on Maui right now. I probably have ended up going to Arizona, which is also a great option, and I still want to go there. But why I want to stay on Maui right now is so I can be van shopping still. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens if I try a handprint for right here. If you guys can even see that. What happened to the van? The van's fucked up. We finally got a hold of the shop and they said it needs a new clutch, which is a huge bummer. I guess why it was getting stuck in gear is because the release bearing got like clutch material and oil jammed in it, so that's why it was not releasing. And then the hydraulic system obviously probably has something wrong with it because the reservoir was going down, but they also said that the reservoir might have been going down because of the brake pads wearing down. But I'm like, I don't know, it had gone down a lot. Like, to me, I would think the amount it went down is more than just brake pad wear, but who knows, they're the mechanics. Rainbows, did you make fuck that Volkswagen stickers yet? No, but they're on the way. Especially once my Volkswagen's gone, I just have a bumper stickers that say fuck Volkswagen. Make sure I really piss off enough people. But yeah, Rainbows talked with the mechanics on the phone with me, so there was like slightly more accountability, you know? They're not just like talking to some girl on the phone where they're like, oh yeah, your bill will be $4,000. We gotta replace the whole van. But that handprint set of it, what's the spackle for? It's for art. For art. Ooh, my hand's actually kind of stuck on there. David T said, you know, you're gonna buy another Volkswagen. I am not. Wow, the handprint didn't work at all. Alright, we're going back to swirls. Going back to swirls, because the handprint does not work out, it turns out. It did create for a kind of cool texture. Well, we have officially entered troll territory. Good thing I can't really look at the chat much right now anyway. The moderators are hard at work today. Shout out to you guys. I'm going to just be swirling spackle around on a canvas. I'm picturing that the surface of the moon is a lot more textured than we can even notice. I mean, yeah, we see pictures taken, if those were even real. Chat, I've got a question for you, which I will look at the chat once you answer, because I am genuinely curious on how many of you think the moon landing was real, or how many of you think the moon landing was fake. Because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, and I don't have my own personal stance yet. So I'm curious. Someone's asked me before in the chat if I think it's real or not. Real, fake, fake as shit. Nope, def fake. I think the first one was fake. That's interesting. Kevin Mack said it's incredible the amount of people that think it's fake. Well, because maybe it was. David too wants to believe it was real, so that means you do think it's fake. Swifty, what is this? This is art. Art. I feel like there should be like a kind of leafy vibe over here. Yeah, a leaf. Beautiful. Once the face turns white and I can add the second layer of that, that will help this out a lot. I actually don't think I like the leaf. I think I'd rather put like a flower right there. Someone said, how's the technically harder to build a submarine than a spaceship? I mean, it makes sense. Going under that much pressure, how much it takes to go in the ocean. Once you're, so the measurement, like, to give you an idea, even just at the surface of the ocean, once you're 15 feet down, you've already added an entire atmosphere of pressure. And as you get deeper, that first 15-foot increment that creates 1 atmosphere of pressure, the next jump where it becomes 2 atmospheres of pressure is even less than 15 feet. So you know what I'm saying? Like, the pressure increases faster. It's not a linear thing. So by the time you're trying to go down to like the Mariana Trench, like 10,000 feet down underwater, that's gotta be one strong submarine. Ooh, I know what I want to do with this area, actually. Some squiggles. Okay, so we'll get a good thick base going. And then do some squiggly lines through it. I'll probably switch to a fresh pair of gloves because these ones are very spackled up. Make sure I don't waste too much material. You know what I need to do is make a special wristband to do ASMR and like art stuff with, so you guys can hear the squishing of this. Oh, there's a gecko on the wall over there. I would show you guys, but my hands are disgusting right now. Okay. Nasty. I'm not gonna lie, my hands are so sweaty. Like, my hands are like wet right now. Brush gloves. What's that stuff you're using? This is spackle. Kevin said that'd be cool to deep dive down to the Mariana Trench. So far, I don't think there's been, I don't think any humans have had the ability to go down to the bottom. They've sent little like drone type submarines to go collect samples. And I know that because I one time wrote this paper about microplastics. And there was a study they did where they went and collected these little arthropods from down there, like 10,000 feet down. They call it the Challenger Deep, like the deepest part. They collected these little, basically like shrimp type creatures with the intention of cutting their bellies open and seeing what they're eating down there. And they found microplastics in the bellies of the shrimp at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And the shrimp don't leave that area, so that's how we know that we have polluted every part of this planet. Which is sad. Submarine or rocket ship? What would be the better vehicle to run into Molly? Molly the mermaid or Molly the Lunar? Honestly, nowadays you're more likely to find me in the ocean, but later in life, you're better off with a rocket ship. The first swirl. You know, actually, maybe I should position. Would you guys want to see the close-up of what I'm doing? Oh, the sun you can actually start to see. I can also go like that and just hold it so you guys can watch me. I'll fly. What's the stuff you're using made of? I don't know what this is made of actually. It feels like some kind of cement-ish type thing. It's what they use to like repair drywall. It's plaster or stucco. Doing some old Roman style art. The old school stucco wall art. Except new age lunar version. To make it more squiggly. Okay, I need to focus. My left hand is still clean, so I might actually zoom in so you guys can watch more closely. Yeah, clean. How's that? Oh yeah. Art. Ooh, I just thought of another section I want to do. I can honestly just put it right here. Just like a section of little pointy lumps. So there's a little pointy lump. Every time my fingers get dirty, I'll just unload a little lump to the lump forest. Hopefully the spikes don't break off in shipping. I'll be packaging this very carefully. Packaged with love. if any of you have ever bought the stickers from my website, I don't package the orders from my spread shop. I don't package those orders, but all of the orders from I Don't Know Baby, I actually do package myself. So doing the sticker orders is fun because I always make hand-drawn cards with like little notes in them. Someone said, "You're an amazing little elf. Love from Greece." Thanks. Yeah, I'm at the North Pole right now. If you didn't know, Christmas is coming, so some little naughty child is gonna receive this under their tree. Okay, swirly section isn't as swirly as I would have wanted it to be, but I can accentuate the swirls when I get in there with color. And this is a multi-directional piece, so yeah, any way that I hold it is still upright. So up to the choice of whoever's hanging it. Though I do think the face needs to be a little bit more diagonal than it currently is, so that it doesn't tend towards just wanting to be this way. Down at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, there's a doorway into another realm on Earth. Think Elvis Presley is a full-time guest singer with shows nightly. Yeah, Elvis has a residency show down in the Challenger Deep of the Mariana Trench, and there's a bunch of shrimp with bellies full of microplastic guarding the door. That's why you can't get in. It's a very exclusive guest list. This face, I'm going to shift a little bit and add some more too. So this will be an experiment on what happens when you add some plaster to an already plastered half dry plaster with new plaster on top experiment. Because this is a material I've never worked with before. So I want it to be actually diagonal, yeah. Or a round face, actually. Elvis feeds the shrimp his famous peanut butter and banana sandwiches. What's that pink stuff? It's plaster for fixing drywall. I've seen people use this before for art, and it caught my eye, and I've been wanting to try it since. And this Saturday I happen to have open for this, because usually I would do an episode premiere every Saturday, which now I guess is a good time to tell you guys why there's not an episode premiere this Saturday. I haven't told you guys that yet. I worked on an episode all week, and it ended up being a lot more intense. I needed to film a lot more, and I also needed to edit it all, and the week I spent working on it just ended up not being enough. So I am giving myself till next week to release that video, knowing that this is the right move because the video will be way better. It's a really ridiculous one. It's absurd. As I'm editing it, I'm like laughing to myself, so I know you guys will get a kick out of it because you'll go into it not knowing what to expect, and it's definitely unexpected. It's basically a video dedicated to me trolling the trolls, first off, and second off, making money in the process. In a way that I think is legal. I guess I'll find out if it's not. I looked up if it's legal or not, and it's a gray area for sure. But we're rolling with it. I guess I could give you guys like a sneak peek by just talking about it, because all in all, the people in here might forget before the episode premieres, or they'll just be looking even more forward to it. And there was bacon, so it was peanut butter, bacon, and banana sandwiches. I actually need to try that now. Is this my best work of art? Probably not. Is it fun to make in the process? Definitely. Am I now craving a bacon and banana sandwich? 100%. Sheesh. Bacon is the duct tape of the kitchen. I so agree with that. The other morning, I was craving bacon so bad that I woke Rainbows up and I'm like, we gotta go to the cafe. I need bacon right now. There's not really that many good cafes in the town that we live at. So we went to the best that we could find, but I'm still craving a proper like diner breakfast. Anyone who doesn't know, I live on Maui, so a lot of the places to eat are a little bit touristy. Ooh, actually when the spackle's like half dry, I'm finding it easier to work with because then it doesn't stick to my fingers. That's nice. I can like move it around without it pulling peaks out. Okay, I've got a new method now. New technique unlocked. Plus, again, once I get the shadowing going and the depth with the colors, because I'll probably do a whole range of light and dark, but the black will be more focused into the deeper portions to like add the depth. Let's give the little face a mouth. Here, I'll put it upright for you guys to see. See, the painting just wants to be upright. Maybe it is an oriented painting, but you can hang it upside down if you want to. You see the little face? You can see the brow bones and the nose, and then there's going to be a mouth right there. It's a little whole mouth. It's like, ooh. Yes. Aww. Amazing. So I should lay it flat again. I'll lay it flat now, opposite of how I was looking at it before, so that I can resist the urge to have it just be already an oriented piece. Something that would be interesting to play with, now that I'm playing with this, would be, you know, the little packs of like already colored, what's it called? Polymer clay that just like, or like the air dry clay, I mean. That would be fun to put on a canvas, because then you already have the color aspect, and I'd be able to make a taller design, because this is a more flimsy material than I was expecting. Aw, David Sesney sent a bunch of gift memberships. Thank you for creating 10 new Lunars. Hang it flat on the ceiling. That actually is a great idea, Chloe. Can we see the artwork again? Of course. Get a good view at how it's looking so far. Definitely want to add a bunch more swirls. So this is another way it could be looked at, which actually I really like it that direction. Or like this, but then the face is kind of upside down. So basically what we're working with is it can either be this way or this way. This way makes it look kind of windy, which I like. I feel like there needs to be more swirl happening here, more kind of like these seam strokes, but this way, to accentuate the movement. The movement of the piece. Oh, if I just prop it up on my knee, that's pretty good. What colors are you gonna do? I'll probably do mostly black and UV reactive throughout the design, with the UV reactive on the higher points and the black in the lower points. And then I'm gonna go over the entire thing with color shift spray paint, glitter. So it'll have its initial color scheme put down, and then on top of that, there will be like just full gloss glitter sheen to it to finish it off. Yeah, Kevin Max said this will need to be a 2-part series. The spackle needs time to set up and dry. That's a good point. Honestly, it might end up, if the spackle looks like it's taking a long time to dry, especially the thick parts, I might need to let it dry, and then we might have a second live stream later. And then once it's done, I'll like take the pictures of it and start the auction, and then that'll be part 3, because I'll be live streaming when the auction ends, which I'll need your guys' input on if it should be a 1-day long auction, or if we should close the auction next Saturday, or if we should end it midweek, like on Wednesday or something. So let me know your thoughts. David Sesney sent another 10 gift memberships. Thank you. Shout out to all the new mooners who just became an official mooner via gift from David Sesame. Second live stream, yes. Yeah. Ah, sick bastard in the house, hello. People are so ridiculous. Someone said farting on it will dry quicker. Chat gets ridiculous sometimes. Yes, more swirls. It's actually really hot out here. You guys can't see because you're pretty far away from me, but I'm actually very sweaty right now. Alright, I've got more globs to stick to the little globby section. I was actually looking into the surface of the moon last night. I don't mean like looking up at the sky, but like Googling stuff about it. And there was a certain word I found that started with an R. That was what they were referring to. The kind of sandy, stony material that sits on the top of the moon. And on the top, on the surface, like the substrate basically to the low points of the moon. And I wish I could remember. I'm liking our little pointy section. Oh dang, you can't see it in the frame right now. The little pokey section. I'll try and hold this so you guys can actually watch what I'm doing. Oh, that actually shows it pretty well at this angle. This is pretty relaxing, which I need relaxing lately. I've been honestly sleeping so much. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because I just had like such an insane year, but now the universe has forced me to have this like slow down portion or what, but I am a sleepy girl lately. I've been just like snuggling with the kittens all day, every day. I do leave when we go like grocery shopping or to the store or on a walk, but other than that, I've been laying a lot. I think it's been good for me. This has been healing. So to have a Saturday where I'm literally, my only thing on my agenda today is to work on this art piece. There's nothing else that I need / want to do today. Big chillin'. Saturdays are for art now. Saturdays have been for art for a while. I see my videos equally as artistic as I do actual art pieces like this. If anything, the videos are more of my art to me because they're more personal. I've realized that this journey of documenting my life has allowed me to connect with myself in a lot deeper of ways than I've been able to before. I've always kind of documented my life. I made my first YouTube video in like 3rd or 4th grade. So I've always done it, but not to the extent that I do lately. Like I am chronically online now. The amount of screen time I've gotten in the past week is insane. Which, granted, not a lot of it is actually me like consuming online stuff. It's me staring at my laptop, web designing, and doing like video editing and stuff. But still, screen time nonetheless. Some more swirls. I could channel my inner Bob Ross. Happy little swirls. Little swirl friends. Just wind blowing on the surface of the moon. Yeah, speaking of the moon landing maybe being fake, I did see someone point out that the flag was like waving in the wind the way that it would on Earth. And someone was like, why would it be waving in the wind like that if there's not gravity? And so that started to cause me to question a little bit. Because that is a valid point. And there's some other pieces of evidence that I've seen in various videos that I don't recall right now, but I would like to eventually go into a deep dive and really figure out what my stance is on this, because I have been feeling very connected to the moon lately, especially since starting Van on the Moon. And even more so once I changed the channel name of this channel to Molly and the Mooners. But it made me reflect back to maybe 4 years ago, a little less than 4 years ago. I had one of my first like solid trips, and for sake of not being, I don't know, caught up by YouTube, I'm not gonna specify what I mean by trip. It might have been a vacation. It might have been just a trip to the store. It might have been me eating something that's very similar to what's on top of my head right now. Wink, wink. But anyway, I was on this trip and was laying in the ocean at sunset. And by laying, I mean just like floating on my back and like being like, wow, I'm like hearing whale sounds. And I looked up at the moon, and I swear she was looking back at me, and she was making this face like that she knew something was about to happen that I didn't. Basically, the telepathic message that I got from her was like, girl, just wait till you see what happens next. You have no idea. And I was very enthralled by how she was looking at me. And it stuck with me for a really long time, and I've been waiting to see, like, God, what was she talking about? There's been a couple moments in my life where I'm like, maybe this is the thing that the moon was like. Girl, wait and see. But now that Molly and the Mooners is happening, I'm like, this is definitely what she was talking about. And Van on the Moon, like, having my internet presence be so moon-oriented, 100% is what she was talking about. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Love to see it. There's only one other Molly moon-oriented internet personality, I would call her, that I've been able to find, and she is pretty cool. I found her when I was seeing if the name Molly Moon was available, and it was not, because she had already claimed it, obviously. But then Molly and the Mooners came up. I think someone in the chat, that guy Hunter said it, and I was like, that's fucking perfect. And now we have birthed whatever you would call my current show, which I guess is a variety show of sorts, because some weeks it's a talk show, some weeks we're working on the van and trying to escape tsunami attacks, some weeks we're making art. Did I already say that? Actually, I haven't checked into the chat for a while, so I'll stop neglecting you all in just a moment after I get some more development on this swirl. And then maybe I'll take my gloves off and we'll do like a good look at how it's going so far. Next time, I'm definitely gonna go with the paintbrush and spatulas. The paintbrush and spatula technique, so I can be more precise. And then we'll take the gloves off for a bit and have a little chit chat portion. And then back to the art. Also, I hope my mic is working okay. I've been totally just trusting this. Okay, put the lid on this so it doesn't dry out. Oh my goodness. I am a sweaty girl right now. Oh my gosh, the iPad is so hot. I am shocked that it's even still working. Let's see if I can get it into the shade a bit. There's no shade on this lanai right now. If I go this way. Okay, now the iPad's in the shade at least. Oh my gosh, a lot of people are getting deleted, so I know the trolls have been trolling. Thank you, JJ. Oh my gosh, I missed so many chats. Mars said, my money is on trip to the store. Yeah, we were just on a little trip to the store. Just had to go grab some milk. They say the moon smells like cooked steak. So you mean the moon smells delicious? Did you know priests are colored in red and white because of the mushroom? What? What? Did you know the Vikings didn't really eat mushrooms? Rather, they drink the urine of reindeer that ate the mushrooms? I don't know what to believe here. When did you start art? I mean, kind of as a child. I started doing art very young. I did it with my mom and like at my babysitter's place and at school even. I had a pretty early introduction to art. And then I started taking art classes. Once I was in high school, I began my like whole ceramics journey, which has been missing from my life dearly. The word for the smell of rain is a dope word. I know what word you're talking about because there's a movie called Triple Dog where they talk about it so much, but it is like I cannot remember it right now. Yeah, it'll turn white when it dries. I see some parts of the spackle have turned white so far, but for the most part, it's pretty pink still. So whenever I'm done putting the spackle and plaster on, we'll probably have to stop the stream, give it a couple hours, and I'll schedule another stream for maybe like 2 hours from the time that I stop this one, and then we'll do the painting portion, and then I'll boost the auction and schedule another live stream for tomorrow or Wednesday. I actually do need some input from you guys. Do you guys think it would be better to have the auction be like a 24-hour auction where we do it like tomorrow, or like would Wednesday be better, or next Saturday? I'm honestly kind of leaning towards next Saturday. While you guys answer that, I'm going to turn this camera around and show you guys some close-ups of how the artwork is looking so far. Yeah. Aww. The face. I still need to add eyes, which the eyes might be better if I use something sharp to do them, because I want the eyes to be closed. And yeah, you can see quite a few of the parts did turn white so far. And then we'll get a look at it from this orientation. I do like how the little pointy parts look. I'll probably do more of those. Oh, a relief of the sculpture. Is that like, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Ooh, let the auction run for a week for high bids. That's true. And to be able to post a short, because I will be posting the short taken from clips of these live streams. And then I'll also be posting like a short just revealing the finished product. I think I will give it a week. Plus, dude, you guys have no idea how fucking insane next week's episode is gonna be. It's gonna be somewhat controversial. I mean, surprise, surprise. But it's I'm honestly scared that it's gonna get my channel like low-key taken down. Not taken down, not the whole channel, but the video itself is very much at risk of getting demonetized, which is okay because not every video needs to like be a revenue producing thing. But I'm scared that it'll get straight up taken down. But there's gray area between those two options. Like it might just be made 18 plus. I've had some videos, especially on, it's not about Amanita. It's about a secret page that I'm making on my website. but I had to show different website pages in the process of explaining my website page, and some of those websites are definitely not YouTube friendly. They're pretty dirty. Some people have asked about one of them in this chat already. I'll tell you guys, it has to do with the website that rhymes with Lonely Man's. That is part of this. Okay, back to this art piece. I think that having the circle around the face, I'm not really liking that as much anymore. I might connect the face to some of the spikes and swirls. Yeah, fill in this, let that continue so it's got like a little spike to its head. Yep, okay. After taking that little break, I feel restored. Oldie Van, yeah, oldievans.com, Oldie Van. It's just a bunch of broke down Volkswagens. It's gonna be filmed at George's place. If you're wondering who the heck George is, it's the guy that has that yard of all broken down Volkswagens. The one that I did my Halloween special at. He's texted me a couple times since then about going to Big Island, but I don't know how I feel about all that yet. So I have not been reading them. I'd rather go to Big Island with rainbows. Which I'm hoping that happens like at the latest next weekend, like sheesh. That's another reason that I didn't release the controversial episode this week, was because I know that next week I might be traveling and not have as much time to edit. So if I already have a video on deck, like if I can finish that video by like Tuesday and then go to Big Island Wednesday, then I'm already set for the stream on the weekend. Ooh, yes, I like that the face has a pointy head now. Amazing. And then I'll put some more plaster up here. I cannot wait to get the color on this thing. That's going to make it pop so nice. This looks a little too candy cane-y for me, so I'm gonna try and make that look a little less Christmas vibe. I know it's about to be December, but like, to be completely honest, I've never been super into Christmas vibe anything. No shade on the people who are into it, it's just not my thing. I also have like personal qualms with the whole present idea. I do think it's rooted in capitalism. Well, not I think it is. It is literally rooted in capitalism. You can trace it back. Santa is a relatively new mainstream thing. Yes, he's been talked about for a long time, but what we know Santa as today, like this big old motherfucker coming down people's chimneys, leaving presents, and then fear-mongering children into listening to their parents, that's relatively new. And capitalism wants you to think that you have to buy everyone a present during Christmas time or you're a bad person. which is not true. A lot of the times, things that people buy me or other people, that person doesn't actually want, and they, out of moral obligation and people pleasing, pretend to like it. But then really there's just this item that's like taking up a shelf at their house that they don't want. But again, they keep out of moral obligation. So I try and set the stage for my life for people to know, to not feel pressured to buy me gifts at all, and that I would actually prefer if they didn't. The main gifts that I would want are in the form of either solid gold or money or precious gems. Those gifts I will 10 times out of 10 keep. But if it's like a random knick-knack, I'm a minimalist. Or if people try to buy me clothes, I'm picky. I'd rather just pick my own clothes or make my own clothes. Like, you will not catch me dead wearing polyester anymore. I've cleared my closet to where now I only have natural material items. There's one nylon outfit that I have, but it's specifically for while I'm playing with flow toys so that they can slip across my body. Like if I'm in a lyra, aka an aerial hoop, or playing with my light whip. In those cases, I do want a slippery nylon outfit, but other than that, organic materials all the way. This portion needs something. I don't know what yet, so I'll look to the chat for inspiration. Mars said, are you telling us there won't be a Warm Pistachio Christmas album? Hell no. You will not catch me singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer anytime soon. Billy Bob Thornton showed us all who Santa really is. Bad Santa. Yeah, I saw that movie relatively recently for the first time. Rainbows showed it to me, and that was one bad Santa. I was going into it expecting him to be bad, but the level of bad he was, I was like, damn, this is one bad Santa. Water that plant. Yeah, all my plants are kind of dead. They were, obviously not watered by me the whole time I was in Arizona. So they're thirsty. I'm kind of just letting them go. Oh, a relief you would cast in wax once it dries, and then report the cast, let it dry, and then you have a relief of this image. Kevin, that sounds dope, actually. Being able to have basically a second copy of this would be nice, depending on how good it turns out. I'm hoping that, well, I'm trusting the process right now. I'm not as stoked on it right now as I could be. It feels a little bit imbalanced. The top is more busy than the bottom, so it's not as multi-directional as I thought. That stuff will dry your skin out fast. Yeah, I'm definitely not touching my skin on this stuff because I don't even know what it's made of or what's in it. Let's take a look at this. Actually, I do like it this way. I thought I got some on my leg for a second. I think it does have a pretty good flow to it where it can be this way or this way. Plus, we don't even have the color scheme going yet. This, honestly, now that I'm picturing that it will be eventually very colorful, this will probably be like a rainbow like the typical ordering to kind of symbolize like a moon bow, and then the face in spike would be in one color scheme, and then the swirls will each take on their own life. As far as the pokey part, that's just gonna be random, just like if that made sense to anyone. A pointy little hat for the moon sprite. This whole lunar surface idea, I did see someone earlier mention it being a series of paintings. I could see there being like multiple lunar surface paintings as I experiment with this more, and each will be just like a different piece of the ground of the moon. I picture like this would be if you zoomed in with the microscope. You'd find all of these textures. I think that this swirl needs some points in it. Wow, the sun is like beating now. And I'm starting to run low on plaster. Loving this. Loving this. Once I added all of these little points around what did look like a candy cane before, it's definitely less candy cane-like now. So I'm happy about that. Add more swirls. I did want to have like a portion of this that was a handprint, but it's seeming like the handprint doesn't really work with this material. But that doesn't mean I can't make a hand somewhere. I think this corner needs some spikies. Yes. Couple more right here. guys. We're running out of canvas area, guys. This is the only portion left, which would probably look good with like a kind of wave pattern going this way. I am a little worried about if this will be brittle or not, but I'll just have to trust. Just gotta believe. I'm impressed by the iPad not overheating. Oh my gosh, it's already been 95 minutes. I totally lost track of time. Yeah, if I tried to push through and do the painting right now also, that's gonna go on top of the spackle. This would be a long video. So I think I will break it up. We'll all take a little break for like, you know, maybe 2 hours or so while this spackle dries fully. And then whoever wants to watch the painting portion can reconvene. Oh yeah, I'm liking this waviness happening here. I'm actually better off just smearing it first and then dragging my finger through it. That seems to create the waviness better. And then I'll do another little check in with the chat. I feel like I'm looking at the chat even less than I was in the last live painting session. So I guess we'll just set the precedent now that when it's an art stream, we're not gonna be as interactive as when it's like more talk show style. I do wish that YouTube was less strict about their copyright. I want to record a bunch more warm pistachio videos, and then I can just be listening to those while I do stuff. And then YouTube can't get me in trouble. Alright, dragging my finger through. One wave. Two. Honestly, that looks good just how it is. I'm liking the directions that are happening here. I'm actually really liking how it is right now. The only thing that's left to do is to put the eyes on the face, which I want to use something small for. Maybe I'll use a little stick off of one of my plants. Close up the plaster for now. Here, I'll give you guys a look. Wow. yeah, I just need to put a little bit of eye. I'm thinking the eyes will be closed this time. So we'll see if I can just make two little, yeah, like little, like, just like slits. This little stick happened to be in front of me, so first I'll check in with chat. Are you trying to kill me at Kevin Mac? Says JJ. What did Kevin Mac say? You have found a proper project for the next 24-hour live stream. We can all watch paint dry. Molly and the Mooners. We loyal merry band of Mooners. Yeah. Next 24-hour live stream, watching paint dry. We'll just stare at it. This, I am actually able to watch dry in real time because of the pink that goes away as it dries. Which, speaking of, before it dries, I need to go ahead and make the eyes. I'll let you guys watch up close as I create the eyes, because this is really the final touch, I think. Okay, there we are, zoomed in. I'll make sure that the eye part is in a lit zone. So this little stick presented itself to me, and so I think it would make the perfect stamp for the shape of the eyes, and then I know that they'll match. So like there's like one little closed eye slit, and I'll stamp it. And then use another little dry piece of plant to get my stamp back. Just realized I was totally smashing the microphone with my legs, so I don't know if you heard my technique. I'll explain again. A little stick that happens to be eye-shaped. Put it on and stamp it. And then retrieve the stamp. And now it has two little closed eyes, which will be accentuated with black paint eventually. This is supposed to be a fairly abstract piece anyway, to where if you can't fully make out each feature, that's all the better. Molly, this live streaming and art is humbling the trolls. You have found the secret sauce they need to make them humans once again. New mooners for the tribe. Yes, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to transform the trolls. We don't just shun the trolls. We accept them and help them transform. We understand the human condition. Not everyone can be a proper mooner at first. Yes, it will be white when it's dry. Start another channel and post your controversial video there. If it's accepted after a few weeks, post it on this channel. That's a good idea, but I don't know if I have the patience for that. If it gets taken down from YouTube, I'll post it on a different platform, maybe.
I'll figure out a way around it. If anything, I'll be able to post it on my website for sure. You know, like if it does get taken down from YouTube, I'll still post the shorts about it and leave those up on YouTube, and then have a link to the video file on my personal website where no one can take shit down because I run the place. I am going to show you all the art piece. Victor said, might go get some Mexican food when you break the video. New restaurant in my area just opened. It's funny you say that because we got Mexican food last night. Burritos. I'm also getting hungry, so while we're waiting for this to dry, I will do some eating and rinsing the sweat off of myself. And right now it's about to be noon, so we could say, so it's like noon Hawaii time right now, so maybe if we do in like 2 or 3 hours, we'll say, okay, chat, I need your input. Should we do 2 or 3 hours from now for the painting portion? Aw, Kira sent a floating heart. Thank you. Ah, Heather Race Healthy Habits. Welcome. Hello. 3 hours. Okay, so 2, 3, 3, 2, 2.5, 6 or 7. A proper dry before painting would be tomorrow. Ah, okay. I don't want to wait till tomorrow, so for giving it a proper, or not a proper dry time, but more proper than 2 hours, we'll do 3 hours from now, a little over 3 hours. The painting portion of the stream will start at 3:33 Hawaiian Standard Time. I just realized sorry. I'm used to just like squatting. 3:33 Hawaiian Standard Time. We will come back and paint this. Set a fan blowing over it. It's really hot out here right now, so I'm just gonna set it in the sun, and I think that'll do the trick. Yeah, at 3:33 Hawaiian Standard Time, we'll come back and paint this bad boy. I actually will be setting the stream up pretty much as soon as I end this one, and so you'll be able to bookmark it and set the notification. Within like 20 minutes from now, that'll be posted, and we'll all regather, whoever wants to see the airbrushing section. This also might give me some time to do some experimenting with the airbrush because I have never used one before, and to recharge the iPad. So yeah, I'll see everyone in 3.5 hours approximately. In 3.5 hours, we'll be painting this, getting some color on it. If you like how it looks pink, take it in while you can now, because when we come back on the stream, it's actually gonna be white. Some looks up close. Beautiful textures, and now we'll see it in portrait mode in case someone prefers it that way. I like it both ways. There's different qualities for each. This makes me feel like it's a windy area. This feels more aquatic to me. I personally would usually tend towards the aquatic orientation. It has like pond vibes. But windy is a little bit more, what would I call it? Novel for me. Because I do everything water oriented. And even close up. So you guys can see the eyes on the creature. Yes. I'll just hold this here and read the messages. I want to know what everyone's saying right now. But I cannot even see my iPad screen. The sun is so bright. Is that cherub moonface? Andrew, what's up? This is a little microorganism that lives on the ground of the moon. And we get a moon break. Is that an eclipse? Yes, we're going to have a 3.5-hour eclipse. And once the eclipse is complete at 3:33 Hawaiian time, we'll come back with some airbrush and paints and full bellies and fully charged iPads. Oh my gosh, we just hit 111 minutes on the stream. It's a sign. This painting is in alignment. What does the back of the putty tub say? Oh, surface can be sanded or painted in 1 to 5 hours. Oh. For applications deeper than 1/8 of an inch, apply multiple thin layers, allowing for full drying between each. Can be painted in 1 to 5 hours. Honestly, I'm not super worried about it not drying all the way because, one, it's super fucking hot where I am right now. And it's canvas, so it'll be able to dry like through the back because it's just on fabric, really. And also, I don't plan on putting on a super thick layer of paint. I think it'll be okay. Someone asked, could I put in a custom order? You can inquire on my website. There's a contact form for asking about stuff like that. Should take photos of it now and after you paint it. Oh yes, I'll definitely take before and after pictures because I do have to take some pictures at least for the thumbnail of the 3:33 painting sesh. Yep, double feature Saturday. Alright guys, one more close-up look at it in its pink state, and then I've got some photos to take and live streams to set up, and some eggs to fry and eat, so I'll see you guys very soon. Love you guys. Mooners, keep on mooning. Come back at 3:33 Hawaiian Standard Time, so 3.5 hours from now. I'll make the live and post a post about it. So yeah, peace, love, and the mooner shit. Change the mouth before it dries. I like the mouth how it is.